Well, hi guys. I'm in my truck camper because you guys like videos. Seems to like, according to my analytics, you guys like videos like this. But we're not gonna be talking about the truck camper today. And I got a lot of new subscribers. Hold on a second. Got new subscribers. I'm gonna put this over here because I use my phone. There we go. Just so. There it is. All right. So, anyway, Um, my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I'm gonna try to give you guys some good content this year. Like I said, I'm in my truck camper, and it's sitting in my driveway. All the power is coming from the house because I've got it wired so that everything can come from the house. That powers everything in here through one cord, and when I go camping, that one cord can power everything from the generator. And I still have two other cords, two other outlets available on my generator to run power to a tent or to another, or to my trailer, which we'll be getting into later. But right now, this video I want to talk about home security. Um, when it comes to home security, um, your first line of defense is right here, your mouth. First of all, you don't go around telling people where you live. Period. That's going to be hard to do because first thing out of people's mouth is, so where you from? Where do you live? What's this? What's that? People are going to ask you that. They want to know where you live, you know. And for the most part, it's a harmless question. And it is harmless when you're dealing with somebody that really doesn't care. You know, most people just ask where you live because they like to hear themselves talk. You know, they want to know where you live so they can tell you where they live, so they can brag about how much better where they live is than where you live is. You know, so best thing is, you know, just don't answer that question because it can come back to bite you. People know where you live, especially people that you work with or that you associate with at work on the job. Especially if you don't know these people, whether you're starting off on the job or whatever. Telling people where you live, you could end up with a damn passenger that you may not want in your car. You know, people get in your car, they don't respect it. They'll mess with your radio, turn your stations and whatever. They're looking around in your car, whatever, what you got and what you don't got and whatever, and you know, just stuff like that, whatever. Which they got no grounds for critiquing what you got in your vehicle, especially when they're riding with you. They should be just grateful that they ain't got to walk. But people aren't like that. They're doing recon. And if people know where you live, they'll be like, well, can I ride with you? Can you take me so far? Can you take me to the bus station, to the bus stop, or to, this far, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You just, when people ask, you got to find a way, a tactful way. You don't be an asshole, but you find a way to get out of that question, whatever. My way of getting out of it is I don't talk about money, and they'll be like, well, how's that talking about money? Where you live is talking about money. If you live in a box on the side of the freeway, you're not spending much money. If you're living on a big house on a hill, on a mountaintop with a gated community, you're talking about money because you're spending a lot of it on where you live. I don't talk about money. That's it. Just to say, I don't talk about money. Well, you married, you got kids, I don't talk about money. If you're married or if you're not married, there's a difference on how much money you've got and whatever. If you got kids or if you don't have kids, that is a dead giveaway of how much money you have or you don't have. So this information people don't need to know. If you've got kids, that's your business. If you don't have kids, that's your business. You never know why people are asking you something like that. What the hell people care about whether or not you got kids or not? Unless they're a damn pedophile or something. They're not gonna be babysitting or whatever. So that kind of information you keep to yourself or whatever. especially if you're on the job working with people that you work for. You know, people you work for on the job, work with on the job, you don't know them. They're not your friends. You didn't pick these people to associate with. The company, whoever you work for, they pick these people for their benefit to work on their job so they can make money and have profitable business. You know, you didn't choose these people. You know, you don't know who you're dealing with or whatever. You know, you don't know. And the companies now are so desperate for workers. They'll hire pedophiles. They'll hire child molesters. They'll hire rapists. They'll hire killers. They'll hire people that have been in prison and jail. They'll hire dope addicts, drug people, and whatever. And you may not know it, but you're working with dope addicts on the job or whatever. You know, you don't want these people to know where you live. Trust me. You know, that's part of your home security, not letting people know where you live. That's the first line of defense. If they don't know where you live, they can't get to your house. They can't, figure out what's going on or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Especially people you work with, because people you work with, they know when you're home and when you're not. At least they know when you're not at home because they know you're at work. They know your hours. They know your schedule. You know, this information you don't want people to know. How many people are living in your house or whatever. You know, whether you have a dog or not, whatever. That's none of their business or whatever. That's a security situation. Whether you have guns or defense situation or a security system, that's none of people's business. You don't tell people stuff like that. You know, especially if you got a good job where you're making good money, people know you got income. You know, you don't know how far along somebody's drug addiction is. You know, they can take off work and go break into your house while you're at work. You know, you never know. I'm sure it's happened. You know, when it comes to your home, you know, you need security system. You need a perimeter around your home or whatever. My perimeter is I've got a lot of nosy neighbors, so anybody that comes around my house or whatever, I got neighbors that are gonna see what's going on. Plus, I have a security system. I have a camera system and everything, security. I have a dog. I have people that look out for my well-being or whatever. You know, if they're not doing it for that purpose, they're looking out, watching me to see what I'm up to from day to day and whatever. So by them watching me so closely, seeing where I'm going and coming, they're inadvertently keeping an eye on my house and my belongings and everything that goes on around my house or whatever. So, you know, having nosy neighbors can be a good thing, you know. So next line of defense is, you know, your home. People don't bring people to your house, letting them in, letting them see what you got, letting them see what you know. There's no reason for that. Whether you want to hang out with people, you want to go somewhere with them, go to the movies with them, go someplace out to dinner somewhere, do not bring them to your home. Don't bring people to your home. You know, letting them see your preps and whatever, letting them see your situation, everything, whatever. You know, letting them see your wife and whatever. You know, next thing you know, your wife's cheating on you, whatever. But you did that. You brought the food to your house. You know, come on. You know, you gotta be smart about things like that. Whatever. You gotta guard your castle. You know. Your house, in a rule in my house, which is not very well enforced. I wish it was enforced a little bit better, but the understanding is we keep the lights off, especially at night. You know, all the lights are off. It's completely dark in the house because I know my way around my house, and you should know your way around the house in the dark. You know, you should be able to get around and move through your house without tripping over anything in the dark. You know, now because I have a dog, I've got dog gates across certain spots of the house where, you know, I don't want the dog to go into or cross over. You know, and because of the gate being there, now if the gate wasn't there, now he's so well trained that if the gate wasn't there, he still wouldn't pass that threshold. You know, but I leave the gates there because somebody breaks in my house. You know, somebody does a home invasion where they're gonna have to come in quick. You know, they're gonna cross them gates, and they're gonna trip over them. You understand what I'm saying? They trip over those gates, that slows them down. That gives me the advantage. I can tiptoe through my house without tripping over gates and without tripping over anything because I know where things are. I know how my house is arranged. I know where my bedroom is. I know where my kitchen is. I know where the bathrooms are. I know where everything is in the house. I know how it's laid out. People that don't come in your house won't know that. You know, they won't know which window to break into. You know, they don't know if you got a a wall unit up to that window where they're wasting their time trying to break through it because they got this stuff on the other side of it. You got a darn a bookcase, on the other side of that window that's impenetrable. They're wasting their time trying to break in that way, and where by the time they get through and figure out they can't get through there, they made so much noise that they never made entry into your house. But if people come and visit, also you don't want them coming in your house and petting your dog and getting familiar with your dog. You want, if somebody comes to your house and not supposed to be in there, you want your dog to tear them to pieces. You don't want them to come and lick their hand while they ransack your house or whatever, or rape your wife or whatever. You want to have that line of defense or whatever. My dog doesn't know anybody. Nobody comes to my house. Whatever. You come in my house, my dog will tear you to pieces. You come in, it's too dark, to see how to navigate the house. They won't know how to find your valuables. If you have guns or anything of value in your house, they'll have a hard time finding it. Crooks don't have any premonition. They're not going to think to bring flashlights to be able to see what's going on around. They're going to flip the switches and whatever and try to find out where they are. They don't know where the switches are. They can't turn the switches on. And if you're home, you're going to be there to be able to dispatch them if they come in your house or whatever. Once they get through that threshold, they're fair game. That's an important thing, to make sure that your home is well secure. You keep this quiet. You don't tell people stuff. People, you're proud of what you've got. Even though I don't have much, but I'm proud of what I got. I worked hard for it. I'm really proud of it and whatever. I show a lot of stuff off on the channel and everything because I'm proud of it. But there are people that have a lot more than what I got and whatever. But unfortunately, there are people that have a lot less and will be more than willing to steal anything, a lot of stuff that I've gotten, whatever. And I worked hard for it, whatever, and I will defend it. So you worked hard for what you got and whatever, you want to defend it, and but you don't want to put it on display for people or whatever, because like I always say, it doesn't pay to brag about what you've got, because people are not going to be proud of you. They're not going to be impressed, because chances are they're more likely going to be jealous, because you got something they ain't gotten, whatever, or you got more than what they've got, whatever. That's just people, human nature. You just downplay what you got, and you just don't make a big deal of what you got and whatever. The best thing to do is just be low key and be gray about it, whatever. Make sure that your home is, you have a means of defending your home or whatever, and everyone in your home understands how to use those means in case you're not there. Because if you're not there to defend your house, somebody else is gonna have to be there to defend it, whatever. In my case, my dog will defend it, whatever. And I do have, a female that's gonna be there that she can defend it, whatever, because I've taught her how to use, a weapon, and she's pretty proficient enough to, if somebody was to break in, she's ready to light them up, because she understands that, they come in, they can't get back out, because if they get out, you're always going to be wondering if they're going to come back, because now they know how to get in, they know the layout and whatever, and they can pick the time and place when they can come in and what they can do. If you never know what their intentions were when they came in, they may not just be coming in just to take your property, because if they just want to take your property, they wouldn't come in your house. They just want to get you. If they want to get your property or something to sell, they're a dope addict or a drug addict or something, they're going to break into your car that's sitting in the driveway. They're going to break into your garage or your tool shed or your trailer or something, whatever. They're going to steal the bicycles out of your yard or stuff like that and whatever. That stuff, is no big deal, because it can be replaced. You don't want to use deadly force on somebody for stuff that can be replaced. But if they come in your house through your door, especially with a barking dog on the other side, and they still come through, chances are they've got a weapon, because they gotta have something to defend themselves against the dog or whatever. They're probably gonna. Chances are they're gonna shoot your dog. So you're probably gonna need to shoot them before they shoot your dog. But you wait until they get into the house first before you do. Before you open up on them. You can't shoot them before they come in. It's a gray area. If they're in the process of breaking the door open and you can hear them, banging on it or beating on it or pushing it open, you may be able to shoot them through the door. That's another thing. Somebody comes into your house, you know how your house is laid out. You know which path they got to use to get to you, You know which parents they've got to use to get to your wife or your children. You know, your children, you know, you gotta let them know that if they hear gunshots or if they hear somebody breaking into the house, or you got a signal or whistle or something that you can give them an alert that lets them know, get on the floor, because bullets are going to be flying. That way they'll know to be on the floor, so that when the gunshots go through, they won't get hit. You know, you in your home, the way houses are built nowadays, and the way guns are made, most guns, except for the exception of shotguns, if you've got a buckshot in a shotgun, it won't be as bad. But if you've got an AR-15, which most people have for home defense, you got 9mm, 45, any of those kind of caliber guns and whatever, that's used for home defense, anything less than a shotgun, it's going to have a high degree of penetration, you know. So you don't have to wait for a person around the corner to take them out. You can shoot them right through the wall. You know where they are. You know how your house is made out. You can hear where they are. You take them out right through the wall. You know, they're not going to know to shoot through the wall. They're not going to know because they won't know where you are. You know where they are because you know how your house is laid out. You can hear them. You know, you might not be able to see them because it might be dark, but you know, and you know that everybody is safely down, you know, below the firing range of fire, right through the wall, my brother, right through the wall. You know where they are. You know how your house is laid out. You know which way they got to come. Don't wait for them around the corner. Right through the wall. Nobody knows where you live. You ain't got no reason for visitors to come by. There's no reason for somebody to break in, you know, or come through your door, you know, without a key, because everybody in your home has a key, you know, and they know, you know, the situation that if they come in unannounced, they let people know, hey, it's me. I'm coming home. I'm late. I'm drunk. You know, whatever. You know. Chest high, you know, right through the walls, my friend, right through the walls or whatever. Everybody else knows, hit the floor, because bullets are going to be flying. And if you don't want to catch one of them, you better be down on the floor, head down, you know. Your wife and your kids, you know, they stay in one spot and whatever, and do not leave that spot, you know. Wait for whoever comes in. If they manage to get past you, wait for them to find them, you know, or wait for you to find them, you know, and they should have a weapon waiting, you know, so that when they do find them, as soon as they round the corner and they can make identification that this is somebody that shouldn't be in here, you open fire. You don't go looking for the person, well, especially if you're a woman, you know, you don't go looking for a person. Whether you take your kids, you go to one room, no matter what room that is, you can go in the bathtub and sit down in the bathtub and just have that weapon ready to go. As soon as they come through that bathroom door, you know, you let them have it. You know, let them find you, because by the time they go through and find through the house or whatever and find where you are, you're already in the bathtub or whatever. The bathtub will create a barrier where they can't shoot you, hopefully, and your kids are down low, so any bullets flying will go over your head, whatever. Especially if, you know, the husband is taking shots, trying to get these people out of there, because you never know how many people it may be, you know. And she'll be able to take care of herself or whatever. You know, that's a very good spot to be in. Is in the tub, with weapon drawn, waiting for the target to make itself available. You know, and when it comes available, you take it out. You know, that's my home defense advice for anybody that, you know, is worried about home invasions or somebody breaking in or coming into your home or whatever. You know, because the way the situation is and the way the economy is or whatever, and people not wanting to work and whatever, they got to get money some kind of way, you know. And the proliferation of drugs nowadays, where people are out of their minds, and you've got sociopaths, you've got people that just break in people's houses to kill people and do terrible things, you know, just for the fun of it. You know, you got sociopaths out here, wherever there are evil people in the world, evil people that mean you to do you harm or whatever, and you don't know if they've been watching you or how long they've been watching you, or if they just happen to pick you at random or whatever. You just don't know, you know. So you've got to be ready for them or whatever, you know, because really you can't be ready, because they're gonna have the element of surprise, because they're gonna be coming after you, you know. So that's all I have to say about that. More videos to come about other subjects and whatever, you know. I'll be talking about, you know, the weapons that you probably should have, and the weapons that may not be so good, your home defense situation or whatever, in later videos, and more camping videos. That's what my channel is about, whatever. But I appreciate you guys, watching my channel. I appreciate the new subscribers. But yeah, so like I say, protect your home or whatever. I have a home. I do not live in this truck, in this camper. My camper is strictly for going to work, and if the jobs are too far from home, I don't want to drive that distance back and forth. I don't like to commute. I can find a camp spot wherever to camp out at, whatever, while I'm working during the weekend, whatever, and then come home during the weekend, stuff like that, whatever. That's why it's important for people not to know where I live. And I'm able to enjoy, camping and whatever, because by the time you go to work and come home every day, you're tired when you get off. You done drove hell knows how far to get back home. And then by the time you get home and take a shower and eat, you're ready to go to sleep. You don't have any time to go out and go hunting or fishing or hiking or taking your dog for a walk or any of that stuff or whatever. But if you got a campsite that's close to where the job is, that you can just get off work and go straight to the campsite, and stay there overnight and whatever. You don't have to do that. Commute time can be time you can walk your dog. That commute time could be time you can, do your camping, cook your meal out on an open fire, be able to relax and whatever, and decompress from the day's work. That's why I got the truck camper or whatever. And I'm going to be working on my trailer camper in the near future. I don't know what's going on with the weather. We got a nice day today. I probably could have done something today, but I want to make sure that I do this right. I'm going to take my time and build it right and whatever, everything. But this truck camper and whatever, I spend a lot of nights in here sometimes. I don't make videos about it, but I do it because it's actually fun to sleep in my truck camper. It's like a little clubhouse. I love it in here. I've done some little upgrades. I got my lights here and everything. I've got, my I got a little setup where I got my my iPad sitting up here where I can watch it, while I'm laying here sleeping. There's my pillow there. I've got a heater in here where I can be nice and warm when it's cold outside. It's fairly well insulated, and I've got an air conditioner set up that I'm going to share with you guys. Maybe in a couple of months I'll let you guys check that out. I got a really good air conditioning setup for my truck camper and whatever. The best one you're going to see anywhere, because I'll give you a hint. It's as we all know, heat rises, it goes to the top. So that's where the heat's going to be. You want to get the heat out and the cool air in. That's what an air conditioner does. A 110 air conditioner hook up in my truck where it's up high, where the back window is, where it can draw the air out, the cold, hot air out, and pull the cool air in, and everything. A really good setup I got and whatever. I'm going to show that to you guys because I've just perfected it, last year and whatever. It really works good, and cause a lot of the videos where you see the air conditioner sitting on the bed of the truck, the back bed of the truck and whatever, but that's down low. It's already going to be cool down there. There's no point in cooling that air off, and then you got hot air up here, which is where you're going to be, because here's your bed, so you want to cool the whole thing off or whatever. But anyway, we'll get into that on another video. But just subscribing to my channel and watching my videos, it's going to be worth it for the air conditioner deal or whatever, because it does get hot, and it will get hot inside your truck camper, so you want to be cool, especially if you're going someplace that's going to be hot, and you're going to be in the summertime. Usually that's the main thing, is trying to stay comfortable and cool, so. But anyway, this video is getting a little long. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.